leave it up to Indie World to show off so many cute, cozy games. Hey friends, I'm Ashley and welcome to Ash's Cozy Corner. We just got graced with a small 20-minute Indie World Direct, and honestly, I used to hate these Indie World Directs because so many people said they were terrible, so I just never watched them myself. But here recently, I have been watching them and I fell in love with them. While there may not be a million games I'm interested in, there's always a few gems of really cute, cozy games to look forward to, and that's the case with this April Indie World. In this specific Indie World, there was some things that I wasn't very excited for, but there was so many that I was excited for, and one of the announcements even made me gasp out loud. Let's go ahead and talk about the information released in April's Indie World. One of the very first games that showed up was Mineko's Night Market, and that was kind of to be expected as it did have an expected release date for this year, and that's exactly what we're getting. Mineko's Night Market is now set for a release date of September 26th, and after years and years of waiting, 8 to be exact, as it was announced in 2015, I feel like the cozy community is so excited to finally have a release date for this one. If you haven't heard of Mineko's Night Market, it's a narrative-driven social simulation adventure game that celebrates Japanese culture. You'll craft whimsical items, eat delicious snacks, and ultimately enjoy all of the cats. There is going to be a lot of cats in this game, from cute cats to adorable cats to racing cats and even more cats than you can imagine. I'm not going to talk about Mineko's Night Market too long because I do have another video talking about it that I will link right here. If you've been patiently waiting to play My Time at Sandrock on the Nintendo Switch, your time has finally come. There is no concrete release date at this time, but thankfully they did announce during the Indie World that it will be releasing in summer 2023, so expect it sometime June through September. Honestly, I hope it releases after Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, just to give everyone time to play that one first before a new farm life sim gets released. My Time at Sandrock is an adventure RPG that takes place in a wholesome post-apocalyptic world with over 60 hours of deep story, side quests, and backstories. You'll farm, cook, raise animals, discover treasure, and even play a bunch of mini games like sand running and sand fishing. I did try My Time at Portia on the Switch and had a lot of bugs, but otherwise the game was pretty fun. There's been so many people tell me that the early access for My Time at Sandrock has been way better than My Time at Portia was, so I have high expectations for this game. Also, some good news if you've never played My Time at Portia is you do not have to play My Time at Portia to understand anything about My Time at Sandrock. This next game is already out on Steam and is a well-known physical board game, but is finally getting its Switch release this fall, Quilts and Cats of Calico. Quilts and Cats is actually a really cute, cozy board game where you have to make a quilt from different fabric scraps. You'll combine different colors and patterns of the scraps, sew on different buttons, all to attract cats, which actually each have their own preference for bedding patterns. But wait, it doesn't stop there. They went above and beyond when making this game, and it also has online multiplayer, which is available if you'd like to get competitive with others, or even a solo mode where you can play AI to get a more relaxed atmosphere. And it keeps going. There is a full-on story mode campaign inspired by Studio Ghibli, and you can create your own cat. This is my first time hearing about this puzzle game, and honestly, the more I learn about it, the more interested that I get. This is what actually made me gasp out loud. A Little to the Left is getting DLC. I'm sure you've heard me rant and rave about this puzzle game, but who can blame me? It was one of the first puzzle games I have ever played on the Switch and had me absolutely hooked. So of course I beat it super quick and it just left me wanting more. We'll have 25 brand new puzzles in June thanks to the new DLC called Cupboards and Drawers. Of course, the puzzles will be based on cupboards, drawers, sewing kits, jewelry boxes, and even more, which honestly is so exciting, as I know most people's favorite puzzles in that game was the drawers. One of the main additions is the new mechanic, which will be secret compartments and drawers that open and close inside of the levels, which I think adds so much to the game. We'll also have new music and more of the famous Little to the Left cat to see. Last but definitely not least, Little Kitty Big City is coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2024. I just realized 3 out of the 4 games I mentioned from the indie world all have cats. Leave it up to me to just talk about games with cats, of course. Little Kitty, Big City totally reminds me of the Untitled Goose Game that took over the world, but with cats. Of course, this one will take over the world as well because look how freaking adorable it is. Little Kitty, Big City is a comedic, tiny open world sandbox game that looks extremely cozy. Your main goal is just exploring around the city as this cute little kitty, and there's plenty of surprises waiting around this big city. You'll get to make friends with a cute cast of animals, help them out, or you can just cause a huge amount of trouble. Honestly, you may even want to find your way back home, but the best part, you can take a cat nap while wearing a hat. This game is already sold for me. I don't need any more information. There was a ton more announced during this April Indie World, but these games specifically are the ones that stood out to me and seemed the most cozy. Let me know your thoughts on this Indie World and what you're most excited for that they announced. Thank you so much for watching. Have a cozy day and God bless.